Hey everybody, Josh Erdman from Erdy's Pest Control here. Today we're in a customer's attic. She's been telling me she's been hearing something running around, gnawing, making a lot of noise, very heavy bodied type noise up here in the attic. So we came up here in the attic and first thing we found was one of the roof vents. It looks like it's actually been damaged pretty significantly. You can see where they are getting in from over here. They've also got a large piece of damage chewed out and broken there. So not only is this letting squirrels or larger animals in, it's also letting a lot of moisture and water in as well. You can see down here on the ground, this board has been saturated for quite a while. So obviously you don't want that to go on. Once it gets through here and it gets into the insulation, then you're going to start having leaking or brown spots on your ceiling. So it's important that we get this fixed for her. So the first thing that we need to do is get this rodent, chipmunk or squirrel out of here. To do that, we're going to use a device called an extruder. They come in a couple different sizes. Basically, it's a pretty simple concept. The squirrel goes through, he exits the building, and then he cannot get back in due to the barbs on there. So these are used for larger gray squirrels, and these are used for smaller red squirrels or chippies, ground squirrels. The one that was up here looked like it was a smaller squirrel, so we're going to go ahead and install one of these. But basically, we will just fasten this up over the hole to seal it and only allow for the one exit point. Once this has been on, they'll usually leave fairly quickly. So depending on the weather, it can be as quick as a day. Sometimes it can take a week in colder weather if we get a long burst of cold weather, which is important we get this done now while it's still fairly warm out. And then once the squirrel is out, we'll come back, we'll remove this, and then we will put a heavier piece gauge wire over the entrance to make sure nothing else can get in. And hopefully during that same time, the homeowner will actually be able to get a roofing company to replace the roof vent. Because again, you don't want all the moisture up here. Other than that, really the only other thing we can do up here, is recommend she replace this small section of damaged wood. Hopefully the insulation underneath it's not too saturated. But that's really all it is to get rid of squirrels and chipmunks from your attic. If you have questions or you hear a bump in the night, feel free to give us a call or check us out at erdys.com.